Buried inside the Pentagon's latest annual accounting of unidentified anomalous phenomena is a single paragraph that does not behave like the rest of the document. According to the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office's Fiscal Year 2025 report to Congress, one incident off the Virginia coast involved approximately 100 airborne objects, reported in a single event near a sensitive United States installation. Alongside them, 2 uncrewed surface systems, vessels, on the water. The case remains open. That matters because the same report tells Congress what it has told Congress every year since 2022, that across its entire dataset, AARO has found no verifiable evidence of extraterrestrial or breakthrough technology. Both statements appear in the same document. Context first, because the framework shapes everything. AARO was established in July 2022 by a memo from Deputy Secretary of Defense Kathleen Hicks, consolidating earlier efforts into one office with a statutory mandate to detect, identify, and attribute objects of interest in air, sea, space, and across domains. Its annual report is not optional. It is compelled by law, codified at 50 U.S.C. Paragraph 3373, with a submission deadline of October 31st each year, and both classified and unclassified versions. The office has now had 3 directors: Sean Kirkpatrick, who departed in December 2023, an interim period under Tim Phillips, and physicist John Koslowski, named director in October 2024. Koslowski's reports have kept Kirkpatrick's analytical bottom line intact. Here is what the report reportedly says, and what it conspicuously does not. It describes a high-density encounter, on the order of 100 airborne objects, plus 2 uncrewed surface systems in proximity to a sensitive facility on the Virginia coast. It states the case remains under active investigation. What it withholds is nearly everything an analyst would want. The installation is not named. The exact date is not given in the unclassified text. Sensor modalities, object dimensions, flight profiles, altitudes, duration, absent. Whether the airborne objects and the surface vessels were assessed as a coordinated system or as coincident activity is not stated publicly. That asymmetry, dramatic quantity, minimal characterization is itself the story. The Virginia coast has documented history here. Between roughly December 6th and December 23rd, 2023, unidentified drones repeatedly penetrated the airspace over Joint Base Langley-Eustis, home to F-22 Raptors. General Mark Kelly, then commander of Air Combat Command, personally observed the incursions and described objects of varying sizes moving in formation. Reporting by the Wall Street Journal and the War Zone documented 17 days of activity that the Air Force could not attribute. No one was shot down. No operator was identified. In February 2025, Northcom Commander General Gregory Guillot told the Senate Armed Services Committee that roughly 350 drone detections had occurred over about 100 U.S. military installations in the previous year. So, precedent exists. Attribution rarely follows. The 2 uncrewed surface systems are the detail that separates this case from a conventional drone flap. Uncrewed surface vessels are not exotic. They are a mature, proliferating technology used by the U.S. Navy, by Ukraine against the Black Sea Fleet, and by commercial survey operators. But their presence alongside 100 airborne objects near a Virginia coastal installation raises a specific counterintelligence question rather than a metaphysical one. Hampton Roads contains the largest concentration of naval power on Earth. Naval Station Norfolk, Naval Air Station Oceana, Little Creek, the submarine transit lanes. If 100 air vehicles and 2 surface craft were operating there simultaneously and remain unattributed, the plausible explanations are uncomfortable in an entirely different way. Active investigation sounds like agents in the field. Procedurally, it means something narrower. Reports reach AARO through the Joint Staff, service reporting channels, and an intake mechanism for current and former personnel. Each case is screened, then triaged against available sensor data, air traffic records, and known activity, including friendly test programs. From there, 3 outcomes: resolved, an identification is assessed; unresolved and closed, insufficient data, and the file stops; or active, retained because collection is ongoing or the data volume justifies continued analysis. Critically, AARO has repeatedly acknowledged it holds a residual set of cases with multi-sensor corroboration that resist resolution. Those cases stay open, not because they are exotic, but because they are not yet explainable. Now, the tension. AARO's macro conclusion, repeated in the FY 2024 report and sustained since, is that it has discovered no evidence of extraterrestrial beings, activity, or technology, and no verifiable indication of technology exceeding known capability. That is a defensible statement about evidence. It is not a statement about attribution. These are different claims. We found nothing exotic, and we identified what this was, are not equivalent. A case can be unattributed indefinitely while contributing 0 evidence of anything anomalous, because the absence of data cuts both ways. The Virginia swarm sits precisely in that gap. It is simultaneously the most operationally alarming item in the report, and formally no evidence of anything at all. There is a reason these cases accumulate unresolved. Under 10 U.S.C. Parava 130I, the Defense Department can take action against drones only over designated, covered facilities within tightly drawn limits. General Guillot has publicly asked Congress to extend that authority beyond the immediate footprint of a base, precisely because objects can loiter just outside it with impunity. Meanwhile, the Pentagon has moved on the counter-drone mission structurally, standing up a joint interagency task force in 2025 to consolidate the effort after the December 2024 New Jersey sightings exposed how fragmented detection and response had become. Detection is improving. Attribution authority has not kept pace. Unattributed cases are, in part, a legal artifact. So what would actually resolve this? 3 things worth tracking. First, whether next year's report reclassifies the Virginia case, and if so, into which bin. A quiet migration to unresolved and closed would tell us collection failed. A resolution attributing the activity to a specific actor would be significant news. Second, whether any congressional committee requests the classified annex on this specific incident. Third, whether Congress grants the expanded counter-drone authorities commanders have requested. Until then, 1 paragraph stands unresolved: 100 objects and 2 vessels near American naval power, disclosed by the government's own office and still, by its own admission, unexplained.